Good morning, my garden friends, and welcome to my Sunday morning backyard garden tour. The cats just heard me come out into my backyard, so they want to be fed, including the neighborhood cats. This is little Peanut. He's not my cat, but he hangs out in my backyard and he kind of adopted me, even though he lives right next door. Of course, I will show you this area in my garden in just a minute, including my new Bistro Set that I'm not quite sure if I like it or not. But first, I want to show you my favorite part of my garden. There's only one word to describe this area, or I should say this view, is color. My center plant stand, it's made out of iron rebar. Somebody actually handcrafted that. I planted vinca in those pots down below. I love vinca. I'm always going to talk about vinca and always make videos about vinca. And above are wave petunias. They actually do better for me in containers than the Supertunia Vista Bubblegum. I love wave petunias. And in my vintage bathtub are the Supertunia Vistas, bubblegum in the center and jazzberries on the side. Now I know I have orange snapdragons popping up. I did not plan that. I don't know if I would grow orange next to pink. It's just a complete, I don't know if that's gaudy, but nevertheless, because Freya the farmer has so much orange on her, I actually kind of like it. It's like a color explosion. It's like color is exploding in my backyard, and I am definitely one not to complain with lots of color. Now, if you notice in my little scarecrow garden, look at my beautiful sweet peas. Probably by next week, the warmer weather is going to discourage them and they may not be here, but they are right now, and I'm so thrilled to show you. Sweet peas, oh, the fragrance is so sweet and whimsical, if that's crazy to call fragrance whimsical, but my friends, it really is. Yeah, see this? They're already going to seed because they don't like the warmer weather, so I'll take that off to trick the plants into thinking they need to make seeds so they last a little bit longer. After all, it's a plant's job to reproduce. So once a plant makes seeds, it thinks that its job is done, and then it usually begins to perish. But I want to keep those as long as I can because I think they're just so pretty and sweet. It was actually my friend Pam from Flower Patch Farmhouse who suggested I grow sweet peas up that arbor. Well, Pam, you were right. It looks adorable. I wish they would have made it all the way to the top, but that's okay. I'm not going to get greedy. And let's look at my little cottage garden. I love the contrast of the purple flowers and that turquoise bench. I think it's just so pretty, the colors, oh, colors. And I do have vinca inside those top terracotta pots. And like I said last week, I was going to plant succulents on the bottom ones. They're little right now because I just propagated those from another succulent, but it was free, so I can't complain. And that is a Martha Washington geranium. I like those geraniums so much more than the regular generic ones. I think the petals are just so more interesting and so pretty. Oh, I didn't tell you there's a little corn plant below Freya. Yeah, see the Martha Washington geranium? So much more prettier. The flowers are smaller, but they're just so vibrant and variegated in color. So yeah, I call this my little cottage garden area. And in case anybody is wondering, see that flower down there? That's actually a car part. I think it's a fan that cools off a radiator. I just thought that was kind of fun. And the blades look like shovels. So yeah, that's just a little different, isn't it? And over here in this corner, I believe my violas are done. I'm probably going to pull those and put, yes, you guessed it, more vinca, because I know it performs so well for me over here, and a cordyline in the tires. And right below there, I am growing some Canterbury bells. Canterbury bells are so pretty. I didn't think I could grow them, but they actually thrive in my garden. I planted those from seed. I cannot wait until they bloom. Down there is my narrow space vegetable garden, and Abby is watching the gate. She heard me call her name. I'm growing some broccoli and some tomatoes and peppers and red onions. I'll take you down there again, maybe next week when there's something more to see. I'm happy to say that my Supertunia Vista is still going strong, and it just continues to get bigger and bigger. I know at some point I am going to have to trim that back and prune it back, but I'm going to leave it alone for now because it's looking absolutely beautiful. And in that little stacked tire, you'll see some cute little white miniature roses popping out. And also, if you notice, my Shasta daisy has buds on it and it's about to bloom. My beautiful larkspur is still going strong, but like I said, it's definitely producing a lot of seeds now, so I know its days are numbered. And I don't think I mentioned it in my last garden tour, but this beautiful yellow rose is a sun gild or gilded sun. This is actually the first year. I planted it last year and it's doubled in size and it's definitely blooming, and I love the way it's poking through all the larkspur, trying to get some sun. And of course, if you can see through this tall verbena, my hollyhocks, they're just still so beautiful. So what happens is the flowers below start to die, but then the flowers continue to bloom above, kind of like how snapdragons do. So these have definitely gotten taller, more sunflowers as well. And over in this bed, I have a gara. It was about to bloom, but then it rained here in California and the whole thing flopped. So I had to cut it all back and start over. But look at my friends, my butterfly bush is starting to bloom. That's a pugster butterfly bush. It's considered a dwarf, but sometimes it can reach about 5 or 6 feet. And right there is another dwarf fig tree. And yes, it does produce figs. It's a race between me and the birds. All of my sunflowers came back on their own. I didn't plant any of them. They just pop up wherever they want. Now, as promised, I'm going to show you my bistro set. But before I do, I just want you to know I am not happy. I think it's adorable and it's exactly what I ordered. But I just don't like it here in this spot. I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. Even if it was a different color, that's not the issue. I'm not having an issue with the color. I'm having an issue with that big table in the center. I definitely like it here a lot better, but I'm not sure about the yellow, so I would love to know what all my viewers think. Yeah, I'm just more comfortable with my propagation station being open, I guess. Maybe a smaller bench or something like that will be better suited for this area. You can see my zinnia seeds are getting bigger. My lily turf is just looking so beautiful. My water fountain garden is doing well. Look at all the sweet little birds on top of the arbor. I think some of them are baby chicks. The clematis is growing up both sides. But here's something new I want to show you. I kind of cleaned up this area in my garden. See all the way down that strip. I have a lot of shade plants, agapanthus and hostas and things that don't require me to keep up. It's more low maintenance. And I have the area right here free of anything because I find myself walking through there a lot. So I just wanted to have an area that's low maintenance at my age. That's why all those plants are succulents. I only need to water them once a week, and it doesn't really require a lot of maintenance. But yet I think it looks pretty back here. The hostas add some color, and I probably will put down some bark or mulch, something just to clean it up. So here's a backside view of the little Bistro Set. I like it, but I don't love it. And I think in your garden you have to love everything. And look at the beautiful color contrast of the sweet potato vine with the pink Supertunia Vista Bubblegum and the purple bougainvillea. That chartreuse green just really looks so bright next to all the other colors. And yes, my friends, I'm happy to see my first butterfly. It's a Gulf fritillary butterfly. So right now, I'm sitting on my patio table drinking some tea, some peppermint tea, and I'm just enjoying all the wildlife, all the sweet little birds. And what's really cute is the baby birds are the same size as the parents now and they're flying, but they still frantically flap their wings, hoping their mother will feed them. So this is my view from my little patio where I sit every day, enjoying the birds.
Now, because I'm both a Taurus and impatient, you didn't think I was just going to leave things the way they were, did ya? This is so much better. These chairs are way more comfortable than those Bistro Set chairs. The Bistro Set chairs, I was kind of sitting up, and I found myself not wanting to sit in this area on those chairs. These are like little rockers. They have springs and so comfortable. And this way I'm not obstructing the view from this cute little corner with all my succulents and what's back there. I didn't want the chairs to be the focal point. I just wanted to create a nice little sitting area. I like these so much better. Now I'm happy in my heart. This just sits with my spirit so much better. So I got these cute little chairs at the Tractor Supply. They were on sale. And if I want to, I can put a seat cushion on them to give it some color, but honestly, they don't need it. They are super comfortable just the way they are. I like this much better. My heart is happier. But the good news is I'm not going to return those chairs and table. I'm not going to return that set. Let me show you where I put them after all. I put my little bistro chairs right here on the front porch. I like it out here better. I think they look really cute out here. So it's just amazing how things always work out, don't they? But you know, the moral of the story is you never know how something's gonna turn out unless you try. So if you want to do something in your garden but you're not quite sure, just go for it. What's the worst thing that can happen? You try it and you don't like it and then you start all over. So I'm glad at least I gave it a try, and in the end I'm really happy with my new chairs. Well, thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you have a beautiful day in your garden too. Bye!